Halcyon Blink. My name's Lon Rising. I'm going to be your host for this episode. And on this edition, I thought I'd like to talk about the Joker movie that's going to be coming out soonish. I would imagine it's in production now. The idea of Joaquin Phoenix being cast is an interesting one. The idea of Martin Scorsese directing it is again an interesting decision, depending on what premise and what narrative that they choose for the film. I, for one, hope it's more gangster-based. The problem with the Joker, though, is in terms of a gangster film, is it's going to be really difficult having him on screen all the time. The Joker always works best when his machinations and his schemes are being plotted and executed off screen, and you kind of see the result and the payoff. It makes him look more ingenious. It makes him look more Machiavellian. I think it's a mistake and an issue if you decide to go the Macaulay Culkin Home Alone route and watch him planning out his schemes and plots and things of that nature. The alternative to that is that you focus on him as a character, which again I don't see a lot of mileage unless of course you go down the bad day kind of narrative, in that you follow the character of the Joker prior to his transformation into his villainous persona. That could be interesting, but it's already been told in the comics and in various stories, and making it legitimate kind of nullifies part of the Joker's character that we've all been mystified by for years, which is how exactly he came to be. A lot of his mystique and a lot of his gravitas comes from the fact that even he kind of doesn't know how it happened. So we're left to almost piece together fragments of pieces of information that he throws out there from time to time, either to throw people off or as a legitimate way to try and reach people. The casting choice of Joaquin Phoenix is an interesting one, considering he can be unhinged and he has a decent emotional range. He's got decent visuals, and I would imagine he's got a pretty mean smile. Obviously with the makeup and things like that at the end, they can enhance it, but I think it always starts with the actor themselves. It's the reason why Jim Carrey was picked as the Grinch, because yes, even though you've got the mechanical things in his cheeks to make the smile more cartoonish, it's Jim Carrey, so his facials are among the best. The problem I think that the Joker film is gonna have is, do they bring in Batman? Do they reference him? Do they keep it as focused on the character as possible? Do they have a tertiary character that we're watching vicariously through as they narrate the story of the Joker? It could be any number of routes, but the way I would like it to go, I guess, is that second one where we see the Joker coming into his own as part of a gang, or as in this seedy underworld, and there's references to the Batman, because then it would make a degree of sense. The problem is I don't know how they're writing it in terms of Ben Affleck's Batman, or if they're bringing it into the DC universe, or if they're leaving that sort of to the side, or there's a lot of questions that need to be answered before we can really get in. And of course there's no trailer to this at the moment, it's just a few casting decisions and a few directorial decisions. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but what I'm interested in is the execution. Do they follow a similar route to previous incarnations and making him batshit crazy off the walls, or is this one more calculated, more sinister, and has a sense of humour that's maybe drier and a lot harder for the audiences to get on side? I'd really like to see a Joker who is genuinely terrifying. And as much as Heath Ledger was entertaining, and as much as Jared Leto's Joker was unhinged, I don't think audiences have really been introduced to a truly terrifying Joker yet. Someone that you really wouldn't want to meet in terms of putting you at unease and genuinely having you fearing for your life. If Joaquin Phoenix can bring that to the screen, I would consider it a success. But obviously that might not be where they're going for, so it remains to be seen how they're going to execute it. So what I want to hear is what you think. What do you think in terms of the Joker movie is going to be the direction? Is the story going to be focused in any particular way? Is there any references from comics or from the television shows or from the cartoons that you've seen you'd like to see them incorporate? Let me know what you think in the comments below. So in the meantime, thank you very much for watching this episode of the Halcyon Blink. Please like, share, subscribe. Check out some of the other content creators in the description below. Follow me on Twitter. And as always, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Halcyon Blink.